Oh yeah, Tori's birthday's coming up. When this episode airs,
it'll already have happened.
Your birthday would already have. Tori is turning. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Raising Heights with Zach and Tori. I'm Zach.
I'm Tori.
We are glad you're here.
Hello.
Tori is super comfy today if you are watching on YouTube.
Yeah.
She's wearing sweatshirt.
Well, don't judge me for it, okay?
This
is the first time that we've filmed in the morning.
Yeah.
And just homegirl didn't want to get ready.
I know, you just got your hair done and everything, looking so pretty.
But also, hi, the hat. Hello.
Yeah.
Do your best, forget the rest.
Yeah, check out.
Show it off a little bit.
True, that's a good call. True. I'm wearing
That's some product placement if I ever saw it.
I'm wearing our Raising Heights sweatshirt as well.
Did you guys know that you can get 15% off if you join our membership?
Oh, yeah.
That's a thing.
Heck yeah.
That's a thing. Thanks to our team.
Go to our website.
If you go to raisingheights.com and you become a member, you get 15% off.
Yep. Go to our website, raisingheights.com. So,
wow, this is just a plug and a half. We haven't even started yet, and it's just plugging away.
And new merch is coming out soon, too.
We are, yeah. We have, some fun stuff coming down the pike, so make sure you check it out.
Yeah, get on that website and follow along. And follow along on the podcast, too. Mm-hmm. So, all right, we started.
Did we just lose all of our viewership because that's how we started out the show?
No.
If you're still with us, welcome.
It's only a minute and a half. They haven't even taken a left out of their neighborhood yet. If they're watching, going to commute to work.
You're listening.
Yeah, they're fine.
Oh, man.
We've started off way more.
Way worse.
Yeah. That was actually fairly interesting, too. They're like, I didn't know they had a membership.
Information.
Yeah, I need to pull over now. The next red light, pull out your phone and get on the website.
Yeah, wait, drive safe. Okay, people.
All right, we start off Peak and Pits. Tori, what's your peak?
We should explain really quick what's Peak and Pit.
I feel like we do a lot, but yeah, Peak and Pit. We do Peak and Pits a lot with our family. It's like your ups and downs of the day or the week. And we kind of do that on the podcast to start us off. Kind of helps us with the conversation and just, kind of fun.
Do you know what my pit is?
What's your pit?
I just realized I'm not wearing my wedding ring. Are we even married?
That's a huge pit. Why don't you have
Atlanta.
it? Tori's discovered that her wedding ring is so obnoxiously big at night that it rips. It'll scratch her and...
Well, every time I go get it cleaned, all the people who clean it are like, don't sleep in your ring. Just don't do that. And so I try to be good about it, but then I forget to put it back on. And now I'm like, it's so funny because our kids will recognize that I'm not wearing a ring and they're like, are you and dad not married?
Yeah. That's
my pit.
Interesting. You don't have your ring. That is a pit.
I don't have my ring. Oh my gosh.
We're never
I feel
podcasting.
so naked right now.
We're never podcasting in the morning again.
I know. Everyone's going to be like, oh my gosh, are they breaking up?
I took off my ring for a second the other day.
Yard work. Were doing yard work?
Doing that. Because for whatever reason, whatever tool I was using, it was like rubbing, giving me a blister fast. And so I was like, I have to take this off. And then literally I put it in my pocket. I kept feeling for it in my pocket. And then I put it back on my hand. And I kept feeling my pocket. I didn't feel it. And I forgot it was back on my hand. Because I was wearing gloves too. So it wasn't anyway.
Do you know a funny thing though? When we first got together, you said you'd never wear a ring.
I didn't think I would wear a ring.
He said he would never wear a wedding ring. And I go, false.
False. Fun fact, I don't wear jewelry though. I don't wear bracelets, necklaces. I've never done the earring thing, any of that. So I don't have tattoos. I don't. My body.
But we gotta let those ladies know that you are.
Oh, they already know.
Man.
They already make it pretty clear.
You guys, stop. He picked me up coffee on the way to baseball the other night by himself. So it was just him. He had the two kids in the back, but irrelevant. He was by himself. He wasn't with me. There's no one in the passenger seat. Shows up with my coffee, and there's a heart on the lid.
It's the tiniest heart ever.
It's like someone was trying to be real coy, giving you a heart on the lid.
No.
No.
I had two
Somebody
kids in the car.
Totally
they both had the
checking
windows
Zach
down.
out.
No, they were screaming. I gave them your number for the
They don't know that though. They don't know if it's number you're giving
they
them.
go, Tori. I go, oh yeah, Tori.
No, get out of here.
No, that's 100%.
He shows up with a heart on his coffee lid. Step off, ladies. See this ring? Do you see this? He's taken.
That's relational to what we're about to talk about, by the way. I'm going to bring this all back.
Oh, gosh.
Later on in the conversation. So stick around, okay? I'm going to connect the dots here.
Okay, what's your peak?
Wait, what was your peak?
Well,
your pit was the ring. What was your peak?
What did we do this weekend? I don't even know what we did.
All right, I'll tell a fun story.
Yeah, go.
My peak, or this is not my pit, but we got rid of 3 of our chickens. I gave them away. Just put them up on Craigslist. Within 2 seconds, someone's like, done, I'll be there. So 3 of our chickens go away. We have 1 chicken left named Teeter. It's Jackson's favorite chicken. Okay, Teeter. If you guys watch Yellowstone, the dots connect, okay? Anyway,
don't judge
Teeter's
us on
there.
the name, though, okay?
Yeah, we give away 3 chickens. The next day is Sunday. We go to church. Okay, so Teeter is by herself in the hen. The 3 chicks we got are still in their little area. We have not transferred them. Okay, so Teeter is by herself. Okay, we go to church. We are picking up groceries after church. Our neighbor calls us up and goes, hey, one of your chickens, I think, is crossing our yard going into the next yard, like heading east, okay? Like
Which they've never done before. They've never gone that far.
Like our chickens are also on the far west side of our property. And now you've walked our whole property, the neighbor's whole 2 acres, and now you're heading over into the next property. Anyway, we're like, that's not our chicken. And our chicken's never done that, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, well, it's black and white. I was thinking like black with like a white stripe or something, but ours it's a barred rock, so it's spotted black and white. Anyway, we get home. We're coming down the driveway.
We literally see the chicken. And
Yeah,
we're
we
like,
see the
that's
chicken
not ours.
in our neighbor's yard. And we're like, that's not ours.
That's not ours. That's not our chicken.
It looks different. Our chicken's a little
she's like she's a little chunky chicken.
Yeah,
like,
she's a little round.
She's a healthy little thing.
She's got little feathers and everything. Anyway, we're like, this one's very like sculpted, okay? Whatever. Get home, get out of the car, go down to the chicken thing. I see feathers everywhere. Okay? Feathers, I'm like, Teeter's gone. Teeter's gone. We literally just got rid of our 3 other chickens, and then our last one, for the first time in the 3 years we've been on this property, we've never lost a chicken to like cougars or possums or anything. Anyway, fast forward, I'm like, that was our chicken. So I run back to.
Well, no, we were still in this headspace that absolutely Teeter's dead, and we thought it was the neighbor's chicken. We thought it was one of the neighbor's chickens. Like, oh, we should probably like give them a heads up that.
But then I was thinking that neighbors don't have a chicken like that. The neighbors have a white one, and like not that one. Okay, so I was pretty quickly. I was like, was that Teeter? I looked around, didn't find a body or anything else. I'm like, man. Anyway, so I run back to the neighbor's house. It's Teeter. Like I get closer and it's Teeter. You know, it's our chicken. It got attacked by something.
It's a mangled
We don't know
Teeter.
yet. Okay, I know now, but we didn't know at the time. It's got attacked. But so it's running. It's like running away. It doesn't want to go home, basically. Anyway, I grab the chicken, walk back to our house, okay? Go on our security cameras, okay? And we hear a bunch of squawking, squawk, 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 okay?
It's like light outside too. It's like 6 a.m. The video that we're watching.
Yep. And our cameras only show like our deck, okay? So we can only hear it. Anyway, a couple of seconds later, right beyond our deck, we have a little pathway. The chicken is walking, okay? Walking, just slow walk. 2 seconds later, in the shadows, a limp raccoon, a raccoon that's like limping, a hurt raccoon basically, dark figure, is limping right after it, like 10 yards behind it, okay? It literally can't keep up with the chicken, and the chicken's just like walking, and the raccoon is just following it.
Awful.
Anyway, yeah. I think the raccoon opened up the outer area the outer area, was able to open it up and scratched at the chicken, but once the chicken got into open land, the raccoon couldn't catch up, you know, and it wasn't able to.
Do you think that the raccoon dragged it out of that pen, or do you think the chicken like tried to get away?
No, I think if the raccoon had grabbed onto it, it was done.
How did all the feathers? It had to have grabbed onto it because all the feathers were everywhere.
Yeah, that was a little far from the coop.
Yeah, so it must have gotten out, and then I don't know. Teeter's a big chicken. Like
it might. You're right. It might have been because we saw skin, but we didn't see like scratches.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. So anyway, Teeter survived. That's my peak.
I don't know how Teeter survived. Look, I was like, when we got home, I was like, for sure that thing's dead.
So Teeter survived.
Okay,
We have a crazy hurt juvenile raccoon roaming the neighborhood.
Yeah. Rabid.
Yeah. And I transferred our 3 chicks yesterday into Teeter's area. So now they're all there. They're all alive. They're all getting to know each other. So that's our chicken story.
I don't know though. I can't look at you the same sometimes. Like sometimes I just really question who I married.
The rooster?
No. Well, the rooster, but then now the 3 chickens. Just all of a sudden, just Zach decided one day. Did we have 3? We had 4 chickens.
We had 4 chickens.
We had 3 chickens. I don't even know how many we have. But I was kind of sad. I'm like, you just gave away our chickens, and these people just came and showed up, and I go, oh, like this yesterday or whatever day they got picked up. You made it seem like they were going to pastures. Like they're going to go live a life of pastures. You never know on Craigslist.
The people showed up to get these chickens. We're not going to say it, but...
But then this morning I'm talking to him and I'm like, do you think that they ate our chickens?
100%.
And Zach was like, 100%. I was
The people that showed up, they were not pasteurizing these chickens.
Because
I said these chickens aren't laying eggs. And so they're like, oh, okay, whatever, don't care. And I'm like, why else do you have chickens if you don't? And they came from like Troutdale, which is far away. Okay, so I'm like, you are 100% using these things for meat. So
I don't want to talk about this anymore. I think I'm done with this conversation.
Anyway, we got
poor Teeter.
Well, they stopped laying eggs, and it's just like there's too much food. There's too.
Well, the minute you stop laying eggs, okay, we're gonna just put you out. I'm gonna call somebody to come pick you up. Have you for dinner.
Hopefully, that's not for a while.
Chickens.
That's per our conversation today too. Okay. Anyway, that was my peak.
That's your peak?
No, my peak was Teeter surviving.
Okay.
My peak was you also getting a haircut. Thought you looked very nice.
I know. Kendall. Shout out to Kendall. Sorry, Kendall, if you don't want me to say your name on here, but I just
watched the podcast though, and then said you needed a haircut.
I literally the morning I was supposed to go get my hair done. I was telling Zach, I'm like, I don't know why I'm getting my hair done. I really want to grow it out for summer, and I don't really think it needs to be colored, blah, 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 blah. So I show up to Kendall's salon, and I'm kind of like, I sit in her chair and I go, I think maybe I just need to trim. I don't know. Like, I don't know what I want to do. And Kendall's like, I saw your podcast this week. I'm going to do your hair.
Yeah, I know what we're doing.
I have no idea. I don't know. So. She's like, she told me I turned to the side and she's like, yeah, there was a whole spot that just needed to be done.
She was judging you.
But she did such a good job. Oh, yeah. I love.
Such a good job.
So I had never colored my hair ever until our wedding. And Kendall was the one who was like, just add some highlights. Just add some like dimension to your hair. And I did. And I've been doing it ever since. She just changed my life.
I do get annoyed though, because Tori's like, I'm going to go get my haircut. I don't know what I'm doing. It's probably just going to trim it and then be done.
Yeah.
An hour later, I call you up. Hey, what's up? Where you at? She's like, I got like another hour here.
Oh, yeah. It's like a 3-hour ordeal.
Yeah, we're knee deep in this. I'm like, wait, what?
Okay, but I also never get my hair done. I was telling Kendall, I think it's been almost a year since the last time I got my hair done.
Yeah.
You go every like 3 weeks.
I go every 3 months. I push it.
3 months? That's not true.
2 months.
That's not true.
Months. Yes, it is. I'll show you. I go every like 2 months. I do not go every 3 weeks.
Anyway, you go way more often than I do, which obviously you have to because you have short hair. But I'm like, you were so annoyed that I was taking so long, and I was like, dude, I do this once a year. Once a year, I color my hair.
I was just annoyed because you made it seem like I'm just gonna go get a trim. Yeah, hold on. The annoyance is not the haircut. The annoyance was like the.
I don't even know what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to have her trim it.
Yes. And then it ended up being a thing. And it's like, I will do whatever, anytime, anywhere, whatever. I just need to know so I can plan. I'm a planner. I will have everything dialed.
I'm not.
Okay. So when then you say, oh, by the way, I'm not going to be home for another hour, I would have done things differently. You know, so that was my.
That's true. I am not a planner. We all know this.
So
you know it. We know it.
Anyway, I don't know what my pit is. I kind of forgot what I don't really have a pit.
Okay.
I don't really have a pit. All right.
Do you know my other peak though?
Yeah.
You guys, this one's lame.
Lame.
But I bought myself an early birthday present yesterday.
Oh yeah, your birthday. Oh yeah, Tori's birthday's coming up. When this episode airs,
it'll already have happened.
Your birthday would already have. Tori is turning
25.
34.
34.
Let's go. Birthday.
I'm actually not insecure about my age. I feel like some women get insecure about their age, and that's not my life. I don't care.
Turned out we're maybe not old yet.
But
okay. Are you old once you get insecure? Or are you
I feel like you're young
saying
when you
people
get
are
insecure.
your age? People are your age are insecure about their age?
I don't know. I feel like women are weird about sharing their age, and I'm not that way. Like you're just you are what you are.
I ask people all the time when I meet new dads. I'm always like, "Hey, how old are you? Are you my age?" And they're like, "What?"
Well, and at our age, sometimes
like, that's super relevant.
At our age, sometimes it's hard to tell.
Yeah, 100%.
Sometimes it's like I just want to know so my brain can like compute.
Well, the fluctuation between some parents had kids super young. Some parents had kids super old. So I'm like, you could be, if I'm 35, you could be, I'm going to turn 35 here pretty soon here. But I'm like, you could be anywhere from 30, 28. If you have a kid my kid's age.
Yeah.
You could be 28.
There could be a 10-year difference.
Yeah, you could be 28 or you could be 45.
Yeah, because they could, like, that's the thing is Jackson is the oldest for us, but maybe his friends are the youngest for them, you know? And so there can be an 8 to 10 year
or if
age
you had
difference.
your first one at like 19 or 20, you could be 28, which is like,
you never know.
Old, but again, we're all parents, so we all kind of have that haze look. Yeah. Okay, so 28 can look like 45 and
just got up out of bed with a coffee.
Yeah. So
true.
I always ask people, hey, are you like my age? Are we around the same,
Yeah.
Are we in the same era? So.
Well, I feel like, so that's what we're going to talk about today because we have so many birthdays coming up in our house. It's my birthday and then it's Zach's birthday, Jackson,
Josiah's birthday.
Josiah's, we're all over the place with birthdays.
We celebrated
right now.
Josiah's birthday last week on the podcast.
Right. Yeah. So we're just kind of all over the place with birthdays. So we thought it would be funny.
Yeah.
To talk about things.
Or super depressing.
That make us feel old.
Ah.
So it's so funny. We were sitting talking about like, okay, I feel like if we both came up with like 5 ideas or 5 things.
It took me 6 seconds.
It took us 8 seconds. I literally let me just go for this.
I got an idea every second I thought about it.
Every time it's so true. We looked at each other and we're like, this is going to be so easy because there's so many things that like throughout our day that we're like, gosh, that just made me feel really old.
Yeah. All right. Start us off.
Okay. Well, no, you start us off.
A lot of pressure. You said this was going to be super funny. No, start us off.
I didn't say it was funny. I just said it was fun.
Start us off. This part of Raising Heights is brought to you by ZocDoc.
How many times have you been in a situation that you needed a doctor, but you were like, it's going to get better. I'm just going to like let this ride itself out. And you didn't do anything about it?
A lot. I did.
You did. A lot. A ton.
Yeah, a ton.
You were
Multiple
like,
things.
I feel like there's so many scenarios that you kind of like ride things out because it's too hard to find a doctor or get in somewhere. And that is where ZocDoc comes in.
Yeah.
ZocDoc is a free website and app that you guys can go find in-network doctors, which is huge. We've like talked about this so much. It's huge. Finding in-network doctors, and you can book same-day appointments and get in to see quality doctors for issues that you don't have to like put on the back burner anymore.
Yeah. No, fantastic. That's a huge thing. We got burned by being out of network, and with using ZocDoc
Like multiple times.
Yeah, that helps you not happen. So it's fantastic. The fact that it's free, all the things.
All the things. Yeah, I definitely feel like back when Zach was having all of his head issues, shunt issues, if we had had ZocDoc, I feel like our lives would have been so much easier.
Yep.
Everything, like we wouldn't have gone down these rabbit holes. We wouldn't have put things off because we would have had these doctors.
And then when something's made easier too, you don't procrastinate in the first place.
100%.
Or once you get over that hump and they're like, oh, wait, this is super easy. Mm-hmm. You prevent a lot of other things from happening.
Yeah. So I feel like now that we have ZocDoc in our back pocket, it just makes life so much easier. And you just do it. Like you just go get things taken care of because it's easy, it's simple, it's free, and it's there.
Yep.
ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high quality in-network doctors and click to instantly book an appointment. So stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/heights to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/heights. ZocDoc.com/heights.
Okay, one that comes to mind for myself that often I'm like, gosh, I just feel so old is when I don't know what's going on in pop culture.
Oh, yeah.
Like when I don't know
Yeah.
who the celebrities are or who the shows are, the songs are.
Yeah.
I feel like I used to be pop culture queen. Like I could tell you all the things. But now I like know pop culture about people our age. But these new people coming onto the scene, I'm like, who's that Joe Blow? Like,
Yeah. Well, what is it? What is it when who's the Spencer Pratt and what's his name or her name? I mean,
Heidi Montag.
when they're sadly their house burned during the Palisades
Terrible.
fire, but everyone's like,
Palisades.
wait a minute, everyone your age is like, he
We
was
knew these people.
but he was a bad, like
was terrible.
No one liked him back on his reality show back in whatever year,
Yeah.
and now everyone's like, if you would have told me 15 years later, I would be rooting for. You know, Spencer.
Well, no, but not just that though, but like Heidi Montag is like a singer now, apparently.
Yeah.
And so that's what this generation knows her as. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
this girl who has this famous TikTok
Oh, yeah.
song and does like has top charts of this like.
But you guys all
But
think
we're like, no, she's from the hills. What are
Yeah,
you talking
yeah.
about?
What are
She's
the-
a
what are the
singer.
hills?
The hills is where we know Heidi from.
And those people that you're saying that to, like she's from the hills, are like, we can't watch the hills. The graphics.
Hills?
What kind of show is this? Is
Yeah.
this from the 1980s? Okay,
This doesn't hold our attention. What are you talking about?
Yeah, like it's so blurry.
It's so true though. It's so true. I've like when
that's one of mine, by the way.
in one of my postpartum situations, I
Yeah.
rewatched Laguna Beach
Yeah.
and the hills and all those, and it was almost a square screen.
Yeah.
And like the pixels it was hilarious to like go back and watch that. You're like, this wouldn't hold anyone's attention.
That's one of mine. An easy one, just a T-ball one is watching sports, ESPN or something like that, and they'll show like a replay of like Kobe, even like Kobe, not Michael Jordan, Kobe.
Yeah.
They'll show a replay. I'm like, man, that game. What year is that game from? Like, it's got to be like 1985, okay, because of the graphics or whatever else, and it's literally like 2002, okay, or something like that. I'm like, wait, what is going on here? Like,
yeah.
I was alive during this.
So that's one of yours is like technology.
Yeah, so
sports.
one of mine, or just like when we see replays. So I wrote sports replays, like 2000 sport, but even like 2010, even like I graduated in 09, 2010 replay is like it looks different. Like it's
Well, I remember
the graphics, graphics, but like what am I trying to say? The pixels or like
like the clarity,
the
and
clarity of the picture.
Yeah. You know, it's funny that you say that though, because, and this is probably a really offensive film, so I'm so sorry if it is, but I can remember watching White Girls. Is that what they're called? What it's called?
I don't know what this
White
is.
Chicks. Oh my gosh. Wait, hold on. I have to look it up now. So I can remember watching like Pirates of the Caribbean on a tiny little screen in my room in college. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I have to look at this up though. Yeah, okay, it's called White Girls. I'm so sorry if I think it's an offensive movie. I was young and dumb. Okay. This is before I got old and like had perspective of the world. Anyway, I can remember watching Pirates of the Caribbean. That was like my favorite movie of all time. And I would rewatch that movie over and over and over again. And then I can remember going to a friend's house and watching what's it called? White Chicks, not White Girls, White Chicks. And it was in 4K or it was in some sort of, like it was in some sort of like, I don't know.
It was
what
remastered.
It was something.
Like,
yeah. And it looked
enhanced.
so real. I can remember sitting on the couch being like, this is wild. Like that looks like they're in my living room. And that's just like our standard now. But that was like the movie I can remember watching being like, wait a second. This is because again, I went from like Pirates of the Caribbean, what's that, like early 2000s on my tiny little screen, and then going to a friend's house with like a giant television and seeing that in like
they don't even make TVs like they don't even.
It was probably 2K. It probably
we don't
wasn't
even have
4K.
TVs like we have. Like you can't even buy a TV that small anymore.
Yeah.
Even at an enhanced level, there's no such thing as like a 1x1 TV.
It just doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
But I can remember watching that. But then I can also remember watching like Pirates of the Caribbean, like the third or fourth one or whatever one we were on. And like going back to the first one and watching that. It's just wild. Like it was wild, the differences between those. And
so the differences in like technology.
And I just think about like cameras. I pulled out my 7500 like a month ago, And just that, like, I used to think that was the most spectacular camera that you could ever own.
Yeah.
And I got that probably in like 2002.
Yeah.
And now, like, just looking at my camera.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, once you think about it, you're like, well, that was a while ago. You know what I'm saying? But then it's like, wait a minute. I feel like that was yesterday for me. But, like, yeah, in life, that was like.
It was a while ago. Yeah.
So, like, yeah, when a year pops up on something, I have to, like, think and do the math. I'm like, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that too. What? Because I still think 1980 was 20 years ago.
Yeah. Okay. So that's my next one.
Okay.
I literally wrote 1985. Like 1985.
That was 15 years ago.
Yeah, that was 5 years before I was born. That was like 10 years ago. Then 1985. We're talking 40 years ago now.
It's 40 years ago.
40 years ago.
45 years ago.
The 1900s, like 1900 to World War II. Was 45 years.
That's insane.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, we're going from, we had, like, World War I, the Great Depression, World War II, all in that 40 years, Theodore Roosevelt. So, from 1985 to now, all that, like, 40 years, like, that's almost half a century, you know?
That's insane. I still, like, in my mind, that was 20 years ago. That was,
The 1985. Isn't there a Blink-182 song called 1985 or something?
I don't know.
I think there is. Anyway, 1985. The idea of 1985 makes me feel old because I start doing the math.
Well, and then what's the like license thing now?
Yeah, 1985.
Wait, have you seen that?
Yeah, 1985 Bowling for Soup. That's what it was from. Yeah.
Oh, I remember that band.
Yeah.
Wait, that's funny. Isn't that like a thing now on TikTok and Reels and stuff that they're like, what year were you born? And somebody goes 19 and they go 19?
Yeah.
19?
Yeah.
or the one that's like they check your ID and if it starts with a 1, then you're good. You're 21 or older.
That's great.
It starts with a 1.
Okay, so another one is 9/11. For me, 9/11, like in the sense of like there's kids graduating college probably this year that were born after 9/11.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? They're 22, 20.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
3 or what that was 2001.
I was in like 5th grade when that happened, I think.
We were in 3rd grade. I was in 3rd grade.
Oh, really?
2001. I was 11.
Oh, 2001.
Yeah, it was 2001.
Yeah, wow.
So there are kids graduating college or already graduated.
I don't think graduating college.
22?
20 it happened in 2001? See, this is what makes me feel old.
So that's what I'm saying.
My concept of time. 2001. They're 24. Oh yeah,
graduating college.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Graduating college.
My gosh, I'm so old.
That were born after that major event.
That's wild.
And all the events that preceded 9/11, the wars, this and that, the foreign policy, all the things, like you're reading about that in your history books 10 years later.
That's wild.
Or 18 years later.
Like that wasn't even in our history books. Like 9/11 wasn't even in our history books.
So 18 years later, you're in high school, a senior history class, you're reading about this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was history for us, but this is a pivotal.
We were living that history.
Their whole history class was based on that event. You know what I'm saying?
So
like
wild.
Anything that they're reading is related to that event.
That's so wild.
So those
kids. Yours are all kind of depressing, I have to say.
Well, it was going to be a little like, we're old.
Okay, I'm going to give one that just happened this weekend, which I think is kind of ironic because, and I won't say their names because I don't know if they want us to say their names, but we went out with some friends this weekend who are older than us, like pretty, not like significantly, I'm not going to say that, but like.
They're fairly older.
They're older. They are.
But they have a daughter that's like 10.
However, I feel like they're keeping us young because every time we go out with them, we stay out. Like, I think Zach and I, when we go out now, it's a struggle to stay up past 9.
Oh, yeah.
It's a struggle to like stay out and active past 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
But every time we go out with them, we stay up past 9.
Yeah.
But that's another one for me. Is like literally just being able to stay up and alert after 9 p.m.
Yeah.
That's like we used to stay up till 2 a.m. at the farm. Like we used to have campfires until 2. Like we could hear the birds start chirping in the morning.
Yeah, and we wouldn't blink an eye.
Yeah. We can't stay up past 9, and I can't sleep in past 7.
Yeah.
And not being able to sleep in past 7, absolutely. I hate that about my life.
That's like an old thing, or that's just like the seasonal life we're in, though, too. We got built-in alarm clocks.
How many old people do you know that can sleep past 8, like sleep in the morning?
I don't know. I think don't old people sleep in? Like old people sleep in. Don't old people sleep until like 10 o'clock?
I don't know. I feel like no.
I'm just saying, I feel like some of that might be our season of life right now. We have built-in alarm clocks that wake us up at 5 in the morning. And, you know, that
Jackson came in at 5:30. Jackson came in at 6:30 this morning. And he goes, Mom, we're going to be late for school. And I almost threw my pillow at him. I'm like, it is 6:30 a.m. Go back to bed. Why are we awake right now? And then
that period from 4 to 8 for us right now, our season of life is very intensive. So that's what makes 9 o'clock seem so like, whoa, what just happened for the last 4 hours?
I tried to sit down last night. Well, and I ended up staying up way too late last night, which is why I was such a grump this morning. But for those of you who know, you know that the Summer I Turn Pretty comes out soon. So I'm trying to rewatch it. And I could barely get through 2 episodes last night before I was just like on the couch.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. I used to like.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, so when we were kids, 4 to 8 was like, you're chilling, you're napping, you're like getting ready for the night. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now 4 to 8 is like, go like 4 to 8 right now, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. It was our 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but now we just backed it up a little bit.
We daylight savings it too.
Yeah. So now 9 p.m. is actually our 2 a.m.
Oh my Lanta, and it feels that way.
In what we do, you know.
It feels that way too.
So
okay, what's another one?
Okay, obviously turning 35.
That feels old to you?
Yeah, turning 35.
35?
Yeah.
See, I don't know. I still feel like the 30s doesn't seem that old. I feel like for me, it's going to be the 40s. And I'm like, what am I doing?
No, 35 right now, I feel pretty old. If I double my age, that puts me into the 60s. Like.
Okay, wait. Hold on. You're 35.
35. That puts me into 70s.
Okay, no, never mind.
What's
We're close to
times?
We're close to that threshold of knowing each other longer than we haven't known each other.
We met each other in 2000.
We're close though. We're like 5 years away.
What year? 2000.
You were 20.
I was 21, 20. Okay,
you were 20 when I met you.
2020.
No,
sorry.
No.
2010.
I met you in 2010. Yeah. So we're close to that. Like I've known you.
We're
longer.
5 years away. So we're still ways.
We're still ways.
We got 5 years.
But I thought about that on my drive the other day. I was like, gosh, I've almost known you longer than I haven't known you.
Yeah, we're about 5 years away from that.
Isn't that weird? I feel like I've known you my whole life.
Yeah. That's another. We meet some people though, like they're thriving at like 42. They're 42.
Yeah.
You know, whatever, kids, like they're just doing their thing. And then there's times where I do feel like, all right, I'm not that old. Like, get over myself.
Yeah.
Like, I have a lot of aches, I think, right now. I'm very like stiff all the time. I can't sit at a dinner table and get up and just move.
Gotta get up slowly.
There's tightness in my heels. You know what I'm saying? So that was, physically right now, I'm not in great shape. And that's not helping this whole mindset. You know what I'm saying? But then there's other people I do see that I'm like, man, you're still like doing your thing at like, so it's like, okay, like, I don't know. I've been telling everyone that would listen, this analogy I've been having. Kids, like, you got your baby phase, which is like a year, 2 years. You got your toddler phase, 3 years, 2 years. You got your second grade, that's 1 year, third grade,
kid,
1 year. Yeah, you're a kid. You got your middle school, which could be like 2 or 3 years, depending. Some people 6th, 7th, 8th, some people 7th and 8th. High school is 4 years. College is 4 years. You know what I'm saying? You got your 21, you got all your birthdays, driving at 16.
Yeah.
I'm saying once you hit like 22 out of college, say 24 out of college, get your first job, like that phase to when you retire.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like you can have married, have kids and all that, but there is a phase here. Like we're in our longest phase of life where there's not really a huge
right.
Like
we're not having babies. We're not getting married. We're not getting our license. We're not going to school. We're not graduating.
Yeah. So we're in we're in our period of life where it's like we're done having babies. So this, like, again, things can happen. Kids will graduate, like things like that. You can move, but like for the most part, you and I, we're in our longest stretch of life that hypothetically can stay relatively the same. I was talking to someone at Jackson's baseball, and he's like, he builds fences, and he's like, yeah, I'll probably be doing, like, I don't see myself switching careers, and I will build fences for 25 years here before I retire. You know?
And that part of growing up, I think for me kind of excites me a little bit. Which is funny. That's, I think, another sign of me getting old, because I think when I was younger, I was very, what's next? What are we doing? Where are we going?
Yeah.
What's next? Where right now, I'm like that's why I asked you yesterday, do you see yourself staying in the house that we're in? Because I think that brings me a little bit of anxiety, which I'm not an anxious person, but I think that like I'm very settled right now, and I'm very content with where we are. And so I'm like, I don't want it to change. I don't want to move. I don't want to I want to stay here, and I want to keep doing our thing. And I think I'm looking and craving for that routine. So that's like, I kind of look forward to that, you know?
Yeah. To feel content.
Like once Josiah's in school, I look forward to having like a 9 to 5 again, and like
routine.
Yeah. Just getting up every day and like having people rely on me. And
that's interesting.
You know?
I think though too, like sometimes like I'm like 35. So like to that point though, or is okay, you retire at like 60, 65, 70 or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like we still got like 25 more years of.
I hope we still like each other.
Like, so what we're doing right now, are we still doing this in 25 years? You know what I'm saying? Or like, what are we doing for the next 25 years? Because some people already know what they're doing. And I know this is like some people don't like what they're doing, and they're like, I'm going to be doing this for the next 30 years, you know, but also like not knowing, like, man, I don't have, like, retirement's not around the corner.
Yeah.
Like, there's 25 years
there's
figuring out what we're doing
Yeah.
for the next 25 years, you know?
Well, I know what I'm doing for the next 25 years. What are you doing?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
What? I'm going to go back to work.
Oh, yeah, but what, though? What, though?
I really hope that something comes up for, like, a, you know, like at our kids' school, just working at the front office.
Tori, if you showed up at our kids' school and said, hire me, they will hire you on the spot.
I know.
They would literally put you down.
I'm just waiting for the right time. Right now is just not the right time in my life. But once it is, yes, I think that I have a job waiting for me, which that excites me, because I don't know, that makes me feel good.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for that. It's just not the right time right now. Like, I would love to work there and do my thing there, but it's just not the right time.
Yeah, once Josiah gets into school.
Yeah.
So I guess just the long term, I guess for me, it is just thinking about like, all right, there's this stage of life, there's 25, there's nothing happening that's going to switch you up.
Well, hopefully not.
You know, or but I'm just saying like high school, for example, in 4 years, you got college that switches you up, you know, that switches your school automatically, you know. So.
Okay, do you want to know another one that I think is making me feel old?
Yeah.
I have to take supplements to like calm down my gut.
Yeah. And didn't you get a mouth guard too?
And oh my gosh, what was the other thing? I got a mouth guard. Oh, got sourdough starter.
Yeah.
Got glasses. There's so many things. There's so many things that have made me feel old. But like not being able to just eat whatever I want.
Yeah.
That's changing. You know,
yeah.
Like you start feeling a little crummy in the morning.
Is it just your tolerance? Is it your tolerance?
I'm sure.
Yeah. Our tolerance in the sense of like, you just don't tolerate feeling icky anymore. So therefore,
I don't think changing. I used to feel icky.
Got it.
I don't ever think I used to be able to eat whatever I want. Never gained any weight. Never had stomach issues.
Got it.
And now it's like I ate a couple chips yesterday and regretted it by 9 p.m. I'm like, you just can't do that. You can't just eat whatever you want.
Yeah, that's funny.
And then I take a drink now. Like I do like a drink each day to help me like
function
properly, like help my body function properly. And I'm like, gosh, if that doesn't say you're old.
Man. I need to start moving. I need to like I keep thinking I need to work out more, but it's like, honestly, I'm like, I feel like
for a walk, like
just a good stretch routine in the morning. Honestly, forget this working out, you know, I don't know. That's like what young people do. Honestly, a solid stretch in the morning, 20-minute stretch. I feel like I'll feel like I'm 20 years younger.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. You don't need to lift like weights, you know, like a nice little get my blood moving will like your mom and dad told you that. My mom did. Get your blood moving, you know, and you'll feel better.
And then
you're
like, oh, she actually knew what she was talking about.
Yeah, and it's like, honestly, if I just got my blood moving in the morning with a little stretch, you know, I would feel.
Well, that's what I
feel
put.
50 pounds lighter.
That's another one I put here. Is I used to be able to just wake up and you just went about your day. You just got up and went.
Yeah.
And now it's like I got to sit there for a minute.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you ever get this in the morning, but when I get up in the morning and like start walking, like I kind of limp a little bit.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Until you like kickstart your body, and then
I don't know what happened, but the last year I have like this profound tightness in my heels when I wake up in the morning.
Yeah,
like it takes a minute
too.
to like stretch out, you know, my heels and my hips. Like it's ridiculous.
I'm like, I can't even be quiet in the morning. Like there's mornings that I'll get up before Zach and try to be quiet so he can sleep. And I'm like, I can't. Like my body is like limping to the bathroom.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Oh, man.
We're not that old, though. That's the thing.
I know. We're only 30, is that? Imagine what we're going to be like in our 60s.
That's what I'm saying to you. Like, that's what I'm saying. Well, deeper down, like, you live till you're like 25, 30. Think of how much your body grows from 0 to like 20.
Yeah.
But then, like, from, like, we're supposed to still live for 50 more years. You know what I'm saying? Think about like retirement, 60 to like 90. That's another
People don't
30,
even get to enjoy retirement.
That's another 30 years though. 30 years. I've lived longer than 30 years. Now they have 30 years of just retirement phase of
but
life.
I don't think a lot of people get to retire at 60.
Or okay, I guess what society says, like, you know, you can retire whatever in your 60s. So 70 to 90, that's still 20 years of.
But how sad is that like, you don't get to like enjoy life. I mean, okay, sorry, we enjoy life. That's not what I mean. But like, you don't get to like live freely in life until you're 70. And then by that point, you can't just go play pickleball.
Yeah.
You can't just like go for a bike ride because you're 70 years old. Now, some people can. And I pray every day that I get to do that. Well, I don't think that's going to be me. I don't think that's going to be us. I don't think at 70 years old, you and I are going to like.
The mindset and the physicality that you have when you're in like your teens is such a short period, but also mixed with like the mental maturity. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you're not like immature like a 12-year-old, but you're also not like a, you know, you still have that like
owl.
Yeah, it's where you're watching it. So like I would say from 14 to like 20, that's only 6 years. You know,
that's honestly what's so sad about life. Like, is your best years, like your prime years, where you feel good, you can do whatever, you can go wherever, you can like. You're actively fit and all these things. At least for me, those were my most insecure years. I know. And you're like, if you could be a 40-year-old person in an 18-year-old body, whoa. Yeah. Life would be a lot different, you know?
Totally. What is it? Magnus Carlsen, like a bunch of chess players are like 35, 36 or whatever like that. And they're like, we've hit our peak. You know, and this is a mental game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They're like mentally, you just start getting slower and less risk. And I'm like, as chess players are saying this, I'm like, that is wild to me.
That's okay. I feel that mentally slow.
Yeah.
As fudge.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
I feel like the last year, my memory and my mental state has not like mentally stable or like that sort of it's like being able to remember things, being able to stay organized with things, being able to plan things, being able to like look forward and say, this is what it's gone. I don't have that ability anymore.
It takes more of an intentionality. It doesn't come as natural.
And I have zero intentionality for it. Yeah. Like, I don't even realize that I'm doing it. Like I've said it so many times on this podcast, bless my friends. Like my friends give me so much grace because I just suck at planning. I suck at like timing. I think it takes 20 minutes to get anywhere. And like, it's just a chronic.
I think it takes 10 minutes.
It's a chronic problem. Like, I just think
it takes 10 minutes just to get out of our area.
It's like such a problem in my life. And thank goodness for my friends. They all give me so much grace, especially one friend in particular who is very good at planning and very good at organizing and very good at planning ahead. Yeah. And I'm just like, can you just like text me in the morning? Just tell me what you need. Like that morning, just say, Tori, this is what we need to do today. Yeah. Because I suck at it. And it's just, I feel like that's getting older.
Yeah.
I feel like I've always been pretty spatially unaware. Like I've never been super aware of my, like not my surroundings. That's the, because I'm very like aware, but like just spatially, like my body, I'm unaware of. I think, you know.
Yeah.
And as I've gotten older, that's only gotten worse.
Yeah.
Like I think that when I take photos with my girlfriends, I think I'm like really close to them, and then the photo will come back and I'm 8 feet away from them.
Yeah.
But I think I'm right there, but like
mentally,
I'm somewhere else.
That's funny. I don't think we're like profoundly unhealthy people either, though. It's like, so
as
it's
I'm
like
sitting here drinking.
we're not like profoundly.
Coffee.
Kevin just did his marathon.
Oh yeah.
I guess that would have been
He's
a couple.
in his 20s though. Okay, hold on.
He's 28.
He's young.
But okay, so I'm just saying, I don't think we're profoundly unhealthy.
No.
But there are people that are like way healthier, mentally sharper because they do whatever and all these things. But I'm saying like, I don't feel like we're like.
We're not unhealthy.
Yes, but like we're still feeling.
Like we eat the right foods, we do the right things, but for some reason we're
still feeling these things though. So it's like, is this just natural? You know,
or
like
gravity just taking hold.
Yeah. So no, Kevin, a 28-year-old. We've had Kevin and D on the podcast. He did his podcast.
He did
a marathon.
26.2.
Yeah. Did his marathon.
London Marathon. Way to go, Kev. You guys. We should share the link one more time. He was raising money for DAAA, and
it might be shut down by this time that this is published. But
either way, he raised over $14,000 for DAAA, and that's amazing. So cool.
Way cool. Yeah, he did this marathon, linked it to DAAA. I wear the hat all the time, Dwarf Athletic Association. And did it. Traveled to London and ran in a marathon. And there's a lot of LPs that run marathons, though. He's not the first one. You know,
which is bizarre to me, by the way, in like the nicest way. I did a half marathon and that was so difficult. I can't even imagine with like your little legs doing that.
Our whole thing is like, we're taking like double the steps. Okay. Like you can watch on the video, like, okay, this is like, someone's like,
for every 2 strides I have, you have 6.
And we're doing like this and we're taking 10 little steps. So,
I was very impressed.
Yeah, the step count is a lot more.
He says that he didn't do exactly what he wanted to do, but like you just went 26 miles. Who cares how long it took you? Like that's so cool.
No, he didn't hit his goal, like his speed goal that he wanted. But it's hard. Like you're traveling to a different country, different food, jet lag. Yeah. Granted, he gave himself a couple days, but then it's like,
but still, that's so nerve wracking.
Yeah, and it's just, I think this was his first marathon. So you got the mental game there.
We should have gone though because Sam Hewen ran that race, and I'm just saying that would have been, I would have been okay.
Plus, you ran next to Kevin.
Sam Hewen's like I'm pretty sure he probably did it in like he has like a whole business off of
running,
fitness and running and stuff. So I'm like, he probably is like on the like higher end of finishing.
Got it. He was in a different pack.
But still, he posted a photo right after Kevin. He posted a photo and I was like, wait a minute, they were at the same rate. But there was like a ton of people there. There was a couple other. There's another like famous, seeing this is part of my old age, I can't remember it, but there's another guy, celebrity, who does marathons all the time, and he was there too.
Well, London Marathon does seem like
it's a big one.
The course is right along the river. Yeah. You got the bridge, you got the all beautiful. The sights of London. Like it does seem like a very attractive location.
It also looked like fun. Like when I did the half marathon, I was in the forest by myself.
Okay.
And this is like there's people the whole way.
If I ever run a marathon, I would prefer the forest.
Really?
I don't think I could stand running in front of people for how long does a marathon take? 4 hours, 6 hours?
Like, it takes a lot longer than
My point is, I don't know if I could run with that social pressure and people looking at me.
Right.
Not for any particular reason, just cheering that emotion.
Oh,
Ew. Okay. that positivity. I'm the Grinch. I would be the Grinch. I'm like, there's too much positivity going on here. Yeah. I'm doing terrible right now. I'm hurting. I need to be in a forest by myself.
That's like
wallowing in my own sorrow.
That's like a perfect example of how opposite we are. Because I'm like, I feel like I would have been, if like people were hyping me up, probably would have been so much better.
No,
I was in the forest by myself. Like, no one's watching me. I can walk right now. It's fine.
No, if I would be like, I'm behind my record by 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Why are you celebrating me right now? Like, you should be telling me to get moving.
Get moving.
Yeah. Like, There's no celebration right now. So anyway,
Well,
good job for Kevin.
we're all getting older. We keep aging. This
Yeah.
is the youngest we'll ever be right now.
Right now, this moment.
This moment. Oh, now this one.
Now we're older.
Oh, now this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, happy birthday to Tori. Tori's birthday will happen after this episode airs.
Yeah.
Or before. Your birthday will be before this
What
episode
already
airs.
happened, yeah.
Yeah,
I am technically, as you're listening to this, 34 years old.
Tori is 34.
34 fracking years old.
And then next time after this episode, I will be 35.
You'll be 35. We're the same age for 7 days.
Jackson, and we have Jackson's episode coming up.
Jackson's going to be 8. Yeah. So exciting.
So.
Well, thank you guys. Again, make sure you check out raisingheights.com. You guys can go be members, get 15% off our merchandise. You can get a hat, do your best, forget the rest. You can get Zach's sweatshirt, and there's a couple other things. And we're adding some new merch. We have an awesome team working on some really fun things. So make sure you check out for that or look out for that. And make sure you like and follow us everywhere you listen to podcasts. Watch us on YouTube, Instagram, all the things. Do your best. Forget the rest.